G'day everyone, this is Craig coming at you from a rather sideways angle because the camera's pointing directly at my ukulele. The reason for this little video is a lot of people at the conference asked me about my style of playing where I try and play a lot of the melody at the same time as the chords. And so I thought I'd try and make a little tutorial here to give you a few ideas you can try. So I'm just going to sit up properly and straighten my neck out. So the idea is that while you might be strumming a particular chord, you can also add in any other notes that you can reach with your other fingers. Or I guess the other way of looking at it is that while you're playing a melody, you try to also keep the basic shape of the chord as a constant on all the other strings apart from the one you're playing the melody on. So the best way to demonstrate this is with a really simple example. So we'll just pick a really simple chord, a C, and I'll play a really basic version of Row, Row, Row Your Boat, because we all know it, and it's actually just the one chord through the whole song. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now, the great thing about the C chord is that if you just played these open three strings, the C, an E and a G, you've got a C chord there. You don't actually need this top note because that's just another C. It's an octave higher. So what this means is you can actually play any note you like, any melody you like on this top string, and you're always going to be playing a C chord underneath. So depending on what other note you add all the way along, it would end up being like a C, C6th, C7th, C major 7th, that's your normal C. I don't know what that is. I think that's a C9, but basically it's all C because you're just strumming a C with these three strings. So, as an easy exercise, you can play the melody to our song while you're strumming along in C. You can just go. Now I can't get the top note because I don't have 15 frets, but da, 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 da. So that's just a really convenient thing to remember, is anytime you're playing a C chord, you can improvise a bit on this top string because all the other strings have got your back. They're hanging onto the chord. But it's a bit awkward going all the way up there, so the next step is, look, I'd rather play the melody down the octave. So first off, let's just figure out how the melody goes. Alright, so the basic principle is we're going to play that melody at the same time as continually strumming our basic C chord, C shape. So finger on the 3rd fret, and we'll hold that all the way through the phrase, and then use whatever other fingers that are free to play the melody around it. Bit of a squeeze there. So you notice I'm not actually strumming everything all the time, so that the technique comes down a bit to using your right hand. I'm pretty well always emphasizing the melody note. Usually that means starting the strum with the particular note that I want. So that might sometimes be a single pick note, sometimes it's the whole strum, and you know, sometimes in the spaces in between the melody you'll do a bit of a strum. Like that note there was just a little single note. So look, that's just something to play around with, depending on the song and how the melody and the rhythm fit together. And let's just play around with different chords now. So we'll try a D shape. So that's how you play your D with all those three together. So first thing to do is to figure out the melody in this new key. Row, row, row your boat. So what if I'm playing a three-fingered chord here, all I've got is my pinky finger to reach some of these little extra notes, but they're also might have to actually let go. I'll hold it there so you can see. I'm letting that one go and playing an open string. And then stretching up here. Letting go again there. So sometimes sometimes you're not holding the chord all the time if it's convenient to let go just to play that melody note. Now I'll show you something that's it's a bit off topic, but it's really useful. Well, it's not off topic. It's just a diversion. I never play a D like this. I just find it's too cramped trying to fit my fingers in. So what I do is I bar the whole fret, and I get those notes, and then I use my pinky up here to play the octave D. It's basically it's the same shape as your C chord, and then I bar it and. Like using a capo, I slide it up one, C sharp to D, and that means I've now got I've got extra spare fingers in a good place to play the melodies in between. Ah, if I knew what it was, there we go. If I jump that finger down, it makes it easy to play. And this shape actually means I've got a shape now that can slide anywhere up the neck. It doesn't rely on any open strings, so I can play the same shape in any key. I can go from D to D sharp to E, F, F sharp, and it doesn't matter. So I'm getting different keys wherever I place that little shape. So yeah, I really love that shape because it's just as simple as a C chord, and you can, but you can jump up the neck to get the higher notes. So for instance, if I was playing an F chord with our melody, so. And now I want to stretch right up and play this note in my melody. So because I can't reach it playing a normal F, I'm going to play this shape, which is what I've just played before. It's back to that bar chord shape. So let's go back to this F chord melody. So this This note that I'm playing on the first fret, I'm actually playing it by really squeezing down. Here's my F shape, where I'm playing an open top string, and then squeezing to get the first string on the first fret. That's quite a common passing note. It actually makes it an F sus chord, an F sus 4, I think. So yeah, it's quite a useful little chord to play. Alrighty, so let's try the whole thing in G now. So basically I'm just take this as a real simple exercise, the same melody, row, row, row your boat, and we're just trying it in different chords. So the G shape. So to get that first part of the melody, I have to lift off a finger to again play my open top string and then squeeze it back again. And then this technique again of squeezing. So from again, I play my G shape with just 2 fingers. Don't know if I'm trying to find an angle where it's easy for you to see what I'm doing, but barring those 3, and then I place that one, which means I can let go to play that sus. I think that's a sus 2 chord. And then you can squeeze to get the sus 4 chord. They're both really common notes with playing with a G. So yeah, so it's the same. So like when I played with the D originally, and I lifted a finger off to get the note, and then when I was playing an F, you squeeze a finger back on to get the note, and then with a G, you're doing both, lifting off, and then squeezing on the 3rd fret. And then if I want to get the rest of the melody, again, I'm going to have to change to a bar shape and go right up to this G. So what's next? We haven't practiced with an A. Now that's the other simple chord that simple shape that leaves you with a couple of spare fingers to play the melody, but it doesn't really suit this example because row, row your boat is either just too high or too low to reach. Can't really reach it. But just as an exercise, hold the A chord anyway and just play around with what other notes that you can reach. So just exploring, that might fit into some sort of melody. So look, that's it's as simple as that. That's my suggestion as an exercise. With every chord that you know, play it and then see what other notes you can reach. With your other fingers, just to find bits of melody or bits of a riff. So, I guess, for instance, this is a bit of a more advanced example of playing a simple riff along with the chords. If I'm playing this song by The Jam called, The Walls Came Down, it starts in C, and you're just adding another 2 other notes, or two fingers play those 2 notes in different spots to play the riff. And then it changes to an F, and back to C, and then the G. You're playing that G and the G sus 2, I think it is, and then the G sus 4. So it's not really that complicated, but it really makes it sound like there's a lot more going on than just playing straight chords. There's your straight chords. And then playing a melody over it. So I'm going pretty fast there, but so that'll keep you busy. But it's actually really simply finding a few notes that that fit around holding the chord you're already playing. Look, let's get to an example that's a lot easier to play. So let's call this chapter 2. Because look, hardly any songs are going to just sit on a single chord like row, row, row your boat. They're going to be changing all the time. So, but the concept is the same. So we'll go to another song that everyone knows, Happy Birthday. And just for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to play it in F. Happy birthday to you. So the other two chords will be a C. A to you. Happy birthday. And a B flat. Or play it like that. Happy birthday to you. So the technique is, once you know your chords, figure out the melody. And now we're going to fit it with the chords. So we hold the F chord and we play as much of the melody as we can. Oops, here we go. So that very first chord, it actually becomes a D minor and then an F. And then the chord's going to change straight away to a C. And notice I'm actually emphasizing this second string because that's where the melody note is, rather than I can play the whole note, but I really want to hit that because it's Happy Birthday to you. Now I'm playing the C, so I'm going to hold the C the whole time. Back to the F. Let go there, and then change to the B flat. Back to F. And C, I'm adding an extra note in there for the melody. That's actually just, I noticed then I'm taking advantage of the fact that this, the ukulele's tuned, so this is a higher note on the guitar. So my melody was actually on this note. Happy birthday to you. Rather than having to find this third fret note, I strummed it all, making sure that I emphasised this outside string. So you play around with how much melody that you actually want to play. It really relies just as much on your right hand and which strings that you pluck. Sometimes I pluck a particular string for emphasis. There was a moment there where I played. I'm just trying to find it. That note. I'm pretty well letting go here and still playing my melody note as I change chords. So rather than play the whole note, it's quite handy to just play the melody note that I want, the open string, and then it changes. Try the same song in G again, so it'll be G and a D and C. Oh, actually I'm messing it up. So take two. First thing you want to do, once you know your chords, is figure out where the melody note is, and I was starting too high. So get an idea of where you want to be going, and now we go back to, I'm holding the G. That's how I'll do it. I can play that note there. Change to the D. Yeah, you get the idea. I'm not playing that one terribly well in G, but let me think. What else to try? Try a different song altogether. Another easy song, something like Incy Wincy Spider would be in C. Incy Wincy Spider, G7th. Down came the rain in G7th, back to C. Then an F, up, back to C. G7th and a C. G7th and a C. So there's just that little one F in there in the middle. Okay, we've got the chords. Find the melody. So it's pretty easy. A lot of the melodies just hanging on these couple of notes in the middle. So we'll step through it and just hold the chords and figure out the melody. C. Changes to G7th. So we've got to let go a couple of notes there to find the right notes. G7th again. Back to C, the F. Now I don't have to actually find any other notes, it's all already in the chord, and I'm just emphasizing the top note. Back to C. So the G7th is the one with most of the melody fiddly bits. Back to G7th. Cool. So those are some simple things I've probably played them way too fast, but it was just I wanted to give everyone a good overview of what to try and do. So find the simple chords, see what melody notes you can play at the same time, and get used to thinking about using all your other fingers where you can. Shall I do another one? Sure, why not? This one, something a bit more complicated, but more popular song. I'm going to play Obla-dee Obla-da in G. So the starts in G. We've got a D, D7th. La, 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 la. Goes to C. G, D, G. So I'm going to letting go to find that melody, to D. Back to G. Now we're on C. Taking advantage of the fact that I can slide anywhere I like on this top string. G, C, D, back to G. D, now E minor, but I want to play right up the neck. So I'm going to play, now if you know that this is a C minor where you bar those first three strings, or you can actually add this note as well, that's a C minor. I'm going to slide it up the neck again, C sharp minor, D minor, D sharp to E. There's your E minor. But you don't actually need, if I let go of this string, if my ukulele was properly tuned, that's part of the chord as well, so I can actually let that one go, and so my E minor is really just on the 7th fret. I'm barring those three strings. So it's very similar to the D I was playing, where I barred the whole, the D shape that I play all the way up. So you're just barring that. I'm not explaining myself all that well, but go right up there for that E minor. Back to here, back to the G. We get to the bridge, it's in C, and again I'm working this C chord and playing all the way up the neck. Now back to G. Or I could play G7th there to get this. It's a G shape. Let go, G7, back to C, and finish on D. There's your normal E minor. And then finish on the D. So yeah, that's Again, haven't I should have practiced this before I put it on, but all of that sounding really complicated. I'm still only playing a few chords. And it's all the little changes in between and just these couple of notes that you can find make it sound like you're much more of a band than you are. So hopefully that's just gone half an hour. That's plenty of time for a tutorial. Hope I wasn't going too fast. Hope it made sense. Have a go, and yeah, look forward to hearing what people think about it and how it all goes for you. Good one. All the best. Thanks.